Hello, students. For this assignment, we're going to create a 12-month calendar inside of Microsoft Word. So we're going to do this similar to how we did the previous assignment where we created a 1-month calendar, but we're going to create new pages and have a different month calendar on each page. So at the end of the assignment, you will have 12 pages from January to December for the year 2018. So to begin the assignment, we're going to click towards the top of the document and we're going to double click to get up into the header. And then we're going to come up here and we're going to go to Align Right, this Align Right button. We're going to click it and then we're going to type in our name, date, and period. Then we can click Close to close the header. And now we're inside of the document where we're going to create the calendar. So similar to how we did on the previous assignment, we're going to go to Tables, or you may have to go to Insert Table. And then we're going to select 7 columns. And we'll start it off with 8 rows. If we need to make more or less, we'll modify the calendar from there. We're going to select the whole first row because we want to merge these cells and get these lines right here out of this row so we could put the name of the month right there. So we need to highlight, right click, and we're going to go to merge cells. And that got rid of all those lines and made this one cell on the top row. I'm going to make that row a little bigger. And then we're going to drag down here and make the whole table bigger. We're going to make it to where it stretches down the whole page. And you don't want to go so far because you don't want it to spill onto the next page. So just get it close to the bottom of the page and that'll be fine. Then what we're going to do is insert some word art. So for you, if you're using Microsoft Word on the PCs or laptops, you're going to go to Insert Word Art. And on the Mac, on the version I'm using to insert word art, where the hell is word art? Fuck. Themes. Oh, shit. To insert word out, to insert word art, we're going to go to Document Elements and go to Word Art. And like I said, if you're on a PC or a laptop, the Lenovo laptops in the classroom, you may have to go to Insert and then go to Word Art. So I'm going to choose one of the word arts from the category, from the gallery. It's January. January is kind of cold. So I'm going to use this blue one. And I'm going to type in January. I'm going to put on caps lock and make it all capital. Then I'm going to drag right here to resize it, to resize the text. Oh, that didn't resize the text. All right, so what I'm going to do is go to Home and change the font size, make it 72. Let's see if we drag it this big, will it fit? It made my calendar a little bigger than I wanted it. So I'm going to drag this back up. Okay, then what we want to do is put a background on this cell up here. So we're going to click on it, and then we're going to go to document. We're going to go to layout, and we're going to select color, and we're going to choose that color. Oh, okay, that's the background for the whole document. Okay, we got to go on tables. All right, and to put a background in this cell, we're going to go to tables, and we're going to go to shading, and we're going to pick one of these blue ones to kind of match the color of the text that we put to name the month. And then you got to look at a calendar to figure out what day January started on. If January 1st was on a Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, you're going to have to look at a calendar and see what day January started on. And we also have to put the days of the week up here. So we're going to start it off with Sunday. Use the arrow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're going to resize. Wednesday is a bigger word. It made the cell, the whole column for Wednesday bigger. So we're going to change the font size. We're going to highlight all the text. We're going to go to home, and we're going to change it to 10. Font size, Wednesday still bigger. We're going to change it to 9. 9, I think. No, Wednesday's still too big. We're going to change it to 8. I guess that's all the same font size. And we're going to make them all bold, the days of the week. And then we're going to drag this, make that a little smaller up there. And then we're also going to put a background for behind the days of the week. And let's make it a little darker. That might be too dark. Or maybe lighter. Okay, we'll make it lighter. There you go. That looks pretty good. And I looked at a calendar, and I seen that for January 2018, it started on Monday. That's the first. Then I'm going to use the arrow key. Go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, then once you have all the days of the weekend, we have an actual extra whole row. So we want to delete this whole row. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click delete cells. And then it says shift cells left. No. Shift cells up or delete entire row. I'm going to delete entire row. Boom. And then I also want to delete these 3 cells right here. So I'm going to highlight them, right click, go to delete cells, and shift cells left. Oops, didn't work. Delete cells, shift cells left. There it goes. All right, now I need to drag my table. Since we deleted that row down there, made our table not as big as before. So I'm going to drag down, make sure it takes up the whole page like we want it to do. So now what we want to do is insert a holiday in the month. So every month that has a holiday, I want you to put what holiday is and what date it's on. So January 1st is New Year's Day. So we're going to put New Year, and we're going to insert a background color to make that day stand out from the rest of the days of the month. So we're going to come up here and let's make it a darker color. So a darker color blue for the holiday. And now if we look at the cells, all of the columns, they're not all the same width. Saturday is pretty wide. Wednesday is pretty wide. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to center this text. So we're going to highlight the text, and we're going to go to align center right here. Center text. So now it's aligned in the center of each column. So now what we want to do is get all the columns the same width. And to do that, we're going to highlight the whole table from the top all the way to the bottom. And then we're going to come up under the table layout tab. For me, you're going to go to distribute columns. And when you click that, it makes all of the columns the same width, except this last one, because it's looking for a cell right here, it's looking for a cell right here, it's looking for a cell right there. They're not there, so it made the 31st go a little too wide than the rest of the column. So all we got to do is put the cursor over the line and drag it back to line it up with the rest of the lines. There you go. And so that's the way January should look, with different colors. You could also use a different word art. Then what we want to do is continue on to the next month. So we're going to click at the end of the slide, or at the end of the calendar at the bottom. And then we're going to go to document elements. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click blank. And if you're working on Microsoft 2016, then you would go to insert and blank page. So now you got a new page, and that's where you're going to put February. So we're going to make a new table. We're going to go to tables, and then we're going to make it 7 by 8. We could always delete or add tables or columns if we need to. And then you start doing the same thing that we just did. You highlight the whole first row, and then you're going to right click. You're going to right click and click merge cells. Then you're going to drag this one a little bigger. And then you're going to drag the table all the way down to take up the page. And then you're going to keep going and do February. And that's how you do all the months, January through December. And that'll be the whole assignment. And you could save your assignment as project 3. So that's it. Good luck.